Don't exchange your Naira for pounds until you get into the UK. Okay. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you things they don't tell you about when you are coming to the UK. When you're planning to relocate to the UK, there are a few things that you might not know. Okay. So I'm going to be sharing those things that I discovered in my journey relocating to the UK along with my wife. Welcome guys to my YouTube channel. And on this channel, I'm going to be sharing with you my experience relocating to the UK and everything that went down, if I'm permitted to use that word. The first of which is don't exchange your Naira for pounds until you get into the UK. Okay. So the typical misconception is that when you're traveling to a new country, you would change your country's currency for the country which you are going into's currency. So in the case of the UK, when we were traveling, we decided that, okay, we want to have pocket money, we wanted to have cash, spare cash to take along in case we needed to get to anywhere and we needed to pay for stuff. So we decided I wanted to put some money aside and we went to the Bureau de Change. This was at Muritala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. We met with these Aboki guys and then we exchanged Naira for the pounds, which was but the surprising thing was that when we got to the UK, it was so difficult to spend cash because virtually everything done here in the UK is paid for with cards. Believe me, we spent the better part of the whole day trying to look for where to deposit the cash that we had at hand so that we could use the card. You actually use cards for practically everything. Train cards, loyalty cards, gift cards. So the question you may have on your mind is, so how do I get money to spend if I don't have any cards or I don't have an account yet? And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how myself and my wife did it. Well, thank God I already had family here in the UK, that welcomed myself and my wife at the airport, and they had already arranged for how we were going to transport ourselves from the airport. So we actually did book Uber XL, which was able to take a lot of our luggage. In case you are not familiar with what Uber XL is, it's usually minivans or cars that are not just cars, they're basically minivans, just cars with bigger space in the boot for load. So, which is what we did with Uber. And to be honest, that saved us the stress of how we were going to carry our plenty bags, from the airport to where we were going. So, and to use the Uber account meant that we needed to have a card attached to that account. So you see where I'm going. You need a card to do transactions. For example, the Uber XL, for example, we needed to pay cash. We needed to pay with a card that was already linked to the Uber account. So if we didn't have somebody here in the UK that already had a UK card, which is connected to a UK bank, then it would have been very difficult for us to book a ride out of that space. Of course, we could have maybe booked a black cab, but the problem with a black cab is that the meter is charged as you go. It's like a pay as you go system. So depending, as you move, it keeps reading. Whereas Uber here in the UK is fixed. So the amount is actually deducted before you get to your destination. So, which made it easier to have an estimate, oh, this is what it's going to cost us to get from point A to point B, So, and one of the things that you may not know is that for you to get an account here in the UK, you need to have a house, like a physical address that you are staying. And if you're just relocating to the country, like myself and my wife, you probably don't have a permanent address yet. So in our case, we didn't have a permanent address yet. We didn't have a bank account. We had not collected our BRP. I'm talking about the first day we landed in the UK now. Right from the first day you land in the UK, you need to start making transactions. Like you need to pay for things. That is not how you want to do it. You have to pay for things. So we needed the bank accounts. And to get the bank account, you needed to have an address. Even the online banking apps like the Monzos and the Revolut and the likes, you still need to have a physical address, where they can probably send your debit card to. So you see where I'm going. For you to be able to get a bank account, you need You need an address. You need, what else do you even need? I'll put it somewhere on the video, the things that you need for you to be able to get an account, with any of these banks. So, but basically, all I'm saying is that if you have family in the UK, please, before you contact them, to make available for you a card that you can use. And then that brings me to my second point, to the very first point where I said, don't convert your money in Naira to pounds before you come to the UK, because it's going to be hard for you to spend the cash, because a lot of the places where you need to make transactions, they actually use cards for those transactions. Okay. So how would you go about now having a card? Like I said, contact a family or a friend that you have in the UK, ask them to provide you a card that maybe they don't use, and then you sign up for this platform called LemFi, Lemonade Finance. That's the full name. But for short, if you check on your Play Store or your Apple Store, you would find the name of the app is called LemFi. So with LemFi, you can convert your Naira or whatever country it is you're coming from. You can convert your local currency from the country you're coming from into the pounds. Okay. And from LemFi, you can then send these pounds into an actual bank. You'll be able to send money from the LemFi app into card accounts that you were provided with. Okay. So like I said, but another advantage of using LemFi is that when I checked the conversion rate, which we converted in Nigeria, which is the country we are from, the conversion rate was, I think it was 1,310 Naira. But on the LemFi app, it was about 1,200 and something there, but I can't be precise now. So I'm saying that even on the LemFi app, it's cheaper than doing the Bureau de Change route, which is the abokis in my local country. So we would have even saved money if we had done it the LemFi route. Okay. So these platforms are so robust. You can even use them to send money back to your country. Maybe you made some money in pounds, you fund your account, and then you convert it to your local currency, and then you can literally send that money to anybody in your local in your country. Okay, so you may not know this, but it's very, very important to find a way you can get a card, okay, that you can use to do transactions here in the UK when you're coming in freshly. So I'll be dropping a link in the description of this YouTube video. We'll just find it somewhere down there to the LemFi app, and I also drop my referral code there. So with the referral code, you'll be getting about £10 thereabouts as it starts. So £10 is free money. So once you make a transaction, I get £10, you get £10. So it's a win-win scenario. Okay. So if you want to support my channel, please make sure you sign up with the LemFi code. I'm going to be dropping somewhere down in the description. Okay. And if this video was helpful to you in one way or the other, please subscribe. I'm going to be sharing my experience relocating to the UK and everything that has to do with life as I'm moving to the UK. And I know there are a lot of channels like that in the internet, but trust me, I'm going to be giving you content that you probably won't, most people are probably not talking about. Okay. So yeah, make sure you do all of the YouTube stuff. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. You know all of these things. Come on, I don't know how to tell you. Okay, and see you on the next one. Did I tell you what my name is? Okay, my name is Olumide Adenaike, and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Again, so on this channel, I'm going to be sharing with you tips on relocating, finding your balance in the UK, and I'm going to be sharing my entire experience, and the things that I find that are working and how they go on, and I'll be sharing my progress as we go on this channel. Come on, you're going to enjoy the content I'm going to create. Okay. For those of you that don't know, I come from the cinematography background, so anything that has to do with music videos and making videos, that's what I do. I did when I was in Nigeria, full time. So, and I hope to bring you guys the best content as possible within the capacity that I have. I'm just starting afresh in a new country, so Within the capacity that I have, I'll create as much content that you find entertaining, educative, and also, all around wholesome content. Basically, that's it. And my name is Olumide Adenake. See you on the next one.